Obi.
Yes, Obi.
Once again, I would like to take this precious time to welcome you once again. Those who have come late to Abasasira, as we move on, it's when you go nyenda kubasima because when we started this room, mukanshara mubabere interim chairperson. Nyenda kubasima, thank you so much, and I think I've not been also bad to you. Chinanye muntere rumungaro. And I promise to always work with you. On a sad note, I won't stand again. So I encourage the incoming committee, please use me. I will be here for you. The little things I know is up to you in developing the association. This is a third meeting in the regime. The first two meetings guys in Nyakayojo, and you guys gave us 3 or 4 key responsibilities. Number one was to go and create a committee, a legal committee, to work and produce a constitution. I would love to inform you and report that your constitution is here. In the last meeting we had at Nyakayojo SS, we had a fully packed house. We had a head teacher and our teacher. We discussed this entirely. So, we approve it and it becomes functional today. Number 2, we got accounts. The association is but unfortunately, I couldn't cut the constitution. Kashangu ya limited by law. Igura account age. Konkamwe no kuna abashaba kutora amariko approve this constitution. Ejo nayo credit nsa kugitwara okuba credit empango yemerira. Number 3, I work with this committee to do mobilization. We have done enough mobilization. That's what we tell you. Because mobilizing people is not easy. It's not easy at all. It requires money. We worked without money. Including her. And that special note, this man has been working as a publicist. He works from Rupunjiri and Kanunu. Onkemi Moyoni Association Atambra on his money from that far to Malaya.
I'm humble.
Lastly, nanyenda kubanshurira committee yanze inde nikora nayo. Njoshemeye kuba nimbanza konka nakireruka abo kugira ngo umuntu bakozere mu bureba kandi mubikirize ubudashomizi na emere arabataro utsa kumureba mu nabataro. Chairperson Nyakano Kagamba Rindareba. Vice Chairperson Shasimire Dozita. She's upset. The Between the secretary, Kabandize Sandra is absent. Between the treasurer, Kabaruj Maureen. Between the publicity secretary, Agawa Charles Dickens. Then mirimo yitu eje between mu Nyanzi Faizo alinati yambo mu bya sports. Between Mujuni Enoch, Mugisha Enoch. Between Nanumwami Rogers. Kabira in charge of the constitution. In a teacher when Nyakayojo secondary school patron with. So that was my committee. As we are outgoing, a few of us might come back. Thank you so much. And always keep like that. Keep like that. Lastly, nimonyera kubasima for coming today because the meeting age gift and Shahina. It is now Shamna next week, and we are starting at Shamna next week. Mwebare kumusiriza, mwebare contributions. Ebyo kujya nebyo kujya bishashurire. So takayi mu rukunya. I wish you good luck and a nice meeting.
Thanks. You're still the interim chairperson. Na hata ubushobozi bwo kutijya meeting na digaritiza ibya kurataho kutabaho. Munga your heart cannot do that one. I want to bring apologies from one is Chasi Meredosita, who has been acting as the interim vice chairperson. Her heart is here, though she's not here physically. She has gotten some inconveniences, but if I would not want to lie, she's been behind this as well. She's been behind this mobilization as well. And then the secretary, interim secretary, has been Sandra, as he mentioned. Sandra later got some assignment, and she works in Uganda as the manager Airtel. And she promised me that once she puts her pen down, she will join us. I think those are, and Enoka, we are still looking outside for her to appear in. Those are the only 3 apologies that I have. Maybe the other one is from Andrew Kateva. Transport ayokumistia kunuya nokubanza agenda omwanya, but he's fully part of this meeting. He has subscribed and he has even contributed towards the success of this. So I want to thank you members who have been putting in your cash, your everything to have this done. No matter the number of people that are here, the number will come. Kunda kutandika ekintu ntukunde kyatandikye tukawanje twajoyininga kandi omwe kubako batireho limitation yo omuntu ayetombi tataba nti mutarangambire, but for now we have opened up. Maybe we did the mobilization that we could. We didn't have the announcements on TVs, on radios, but we tried that simple one that we could, and I think that's here we are, and that's how far we have gone. So for today, we have improvised Leia to stand in for the secretary.
Finished in 2014 senior 4 at Nyakayojo. So now I'm finalizing.
So you're lucky that you have not used the transport to come.
I'm in relationship.
Student are human relationship. Okay, but that's how God works. You never know. Or his timing is always the best. Okay, shall we have the previous minutes? You will allow me represent the secretary, the interim secretary, and put those minutes forward, but you will allow me have only action points, what we were asked to do out of that meeting. Alright? The meeting sat on 2nd April 2022 at Nyakayojo Secondary School. And The agenda of the meeting was arrival and registration, prayers, opening prayer, welcoming remarks from the headmaster, communication from interim chairperson, reading of previous minutes, reactions on the above, constitution presentation, open discussion from OBs and OGs, election of the executive committee, and closure. Minutes bazinsinchira so ndiyo ninzi yahi ziri. These were the outcomes of the meeting. Proposed constitution was welcomed with a few adjustments, which are already being by now they are already worked on as it was requested. After the constitution is done, someone to move the motion of actual discussion on this one, you may find that's why we are not maybe already engaged in. Let someone move the motion and we go on. Yes?
Personally, I don't know whether the others have a mind like mine, but since we are all becoming silent on this, I can request that maybe we move on the next item.
Should we say we are going to the next item and then we shall be meeting the discussions along the way? I don't want to take this as silence means yes or no. I want us to speak out.
I have a question.
Yes, Leah.
Mine is about the election and its process. For example, we have people who are doing from online. How are we going to go over it? As in, how are we going to conduct it? Are they going to put online or is it there? If they are online, are they registered or?
I think the items we are going to. Sankara, you have say? I think every desk has a constitution. Please let's check. Executive committee, election of the executive committee.
Elections.
Article 23. Election of committee members.
Article 23, it's on page 11. Voting shall be conducted by separate ballots or show of hands. So we cannot do elections online. You must be present and it must be a separate ballot or by show of hands. So I think that one is clear.
Yes.
It's Article 23 on page 11. Then 23.4.
I'm still on the same page.
I think that one answers it because someone, I don't know whether it is going to help us, and there we can see who is raising the hand on the media. But otherwise, yeah.
If I'm sorry.
Yes.
If someone has subscribed and is online, still they can raise their hand online because we can see it.
But you
Is
see,
that provision?
you see online,
Yeah.
online they access what we are saying there. Not so.
They can, if someone qualifies to vote,
Yes.
can perhaps comment with them.
Comment. Oh, then that one would work
We will be
better.
able to display them.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That one is better.
Maybe before Musa, those who are watching us online, please, wherever you are and you want to vote, just show your name or you even want to contest, tell us your name. Maybe someone can nominate you, and we pick you up, and people vote for you just by show of their names on the line where we shall be. Sankara, you're going to help us, and we keep monitoring those people who are out there. I see hands. There is Musa, and there is I always forget the name. Brian.
Let's
No, well, what I wanted to bring out was contesting online, but you have handled that.
Okay. Thank you. Welcome. Brian, first.
But to me, I think voting online is a bit confusing. I was thinking, why can't we try like something like a poll on WhatsApp? Doing a poll on WhatsApp, then we vote by WhatsApp. And still work when the people are not around. Poll.
Let's first hear these ones, then we shall answer.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, since you see, when you allow someone to vote online, that means they also qualify to start.
Yes.
We know he's online and he's supposed to vote. Because someone is going to cause us confusion. Someone is online and is going to mobilize numbers. You get the point? Online. And people will say, we are going to vote Dixon. So someone is going to see he has a lot of support online, yet those people, they don't qualify to vote.
Let me help you here. I think what you're saying is 100% correct.
Yes.
Because we have just planned online thing now. Let's be sincere. Abantu our online shahezi are contesting, mobilizing, like few people who are present here. Then you lose a chance compared to me who is here and I want to contest. Do you see it? From that angle. Because nyendobuze atomuntu owa after mobilizing za online, twateka yo video za online, then on teraka rule. How many are they? Look into it.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Let's first members. Sorry, whatever sharing table yatanka kuelezeni kwa mbabi asiskara. Some coming for you. We have said a member who qualifies to vote is the same member who qualifies to be nominated. And then maybe Sankara is going to help us. We know how we can have this one, not by that one, or we can have a video call and we see those people at the right time when we shall be voting. When we say that maybe Leah has gone through, that's all. Somebody who's going to vote in the evening, it will be already invalid. And so I was requesting Sankara to help us. How best can we have those people? Because of course when they write there their names or when we see them, we are sure that we have a list here for those ones who have registered and subscribed. So we'll be seeing that this person who is voting or contesting is a member on our list. So Sankara, you help us and we see how can we answer this question as one behind our media now.
Thank you very much. I think from Aleva's guidance, short notice, especially with online, would have few issues. By both sides, by the way, it doesn't favor either side. So I was thinking we could honestly consider those that are physically present.
Let's go for station
now. Members, Musa first.
Well, I will have to go with Sankara because there is something that was confusing me. This is a 2-year term. Someone is going to vote online or to be voted. Who is outside, he is having a contract of let's say a year or 2 years. How shall we be helped by that member? I think let's go with the people that are present.
After 2 years, that person will come.
Ekisanja kuna chitu n'ekyemyaka ebiri kyawaho kandi ogwo omuntu akine contract kuri emyaka ebiri. So we will not be helped.
Yes, Laban.
Maybe for me, in addition, let's not make it feel like we are totally omitting them, but let them be comfortable with this for now. Voting online needs mobilization with time. So we share and we say some people vote online, but we put it in consideration because they are all our OBs and OGs. Later on, we can consider and devise means of making sure that if anybody, because you never know, next year it might be you going abroad, and we just put it in consideration that in the near future we shall consider them. But for now, I don't think
Let's
it's
have
making
Richard
sense.
and-
I conclude on the issue of Mr. Raban by saying that we can only give that favor to a representative in diaspora, if at all we are to do so. If we need a representative in diaspora, then we can vote him online, since that person is not here. But for people to represent us very well, I want us to be so much critical. We get people on the ground. Thank you.
Rogers, I always like you on your issue of I want to conclude so and so's communication. Or you like me to first speak, then you come and conclude whatever I wanted to say. But that's good. And if it is by consensus, surely I think we shall go with
Let's put
the
it on
physical. Should we
Let's
go?
put it on vote.
Those who would want people here to be voted for and to vote. And only we choose that person in diaspora to represent people in diaspora. Let's put our hands up. Then we shall later have those ones who want, even those ones who are aware right now to vote and contest. Yes.
Excuse me.
Before we.
From that very point, I think a representative of people in the diaspora is supposed to be voted by people in the diaspora.
You see,
Yes.
members,
If he's a representative of people
Now-
in the diaspora,
Robert, wait a bit. Wait
Yes.
a bit. Now, that is another issue.
yes.
You have brought in another issue. You have brought in another member that we are not even supposed to be discussed here.
It came from members.
What I want us to discuss on is, are we supposed to use online in the process of selecting the executive committee? Yes or no? By show of hands, if we decide that we use even the media in this process, then we put it on vote. But to me, I think it will confuse us and it will not be free and fair. Let's follow the constitution to me. We use these roads that are here. We use either by show of hands or by secret ballot in this process. Because as I told you, this has been a short notice. So let's work with that. Maybe in future, we shall organize and put all those options into
Okay.
consideration.
Let's vote. Those who would want people physically present to move with that one, let's put up our hands.
Present.
Down. Have you counted, Madam Secretary? Those ones who want those ones outside to. Who is not here to vote and contest? Now I'm moving the motion, they are withdrawing. Okay.
Next.
So we are done with the reactions of those parts 2 and 3. Twamanya who is going to vote and who is going to be voted for. Can we proceed? Manya kumuguma muna meeting card check. Ninga mlio mugambo na diaspora mubagambe byarugamo.
They are online already watching.
Hello.
Yes, Dan.
Ati we have members ababe bali akakiiko akatokuto.
Yes.
Kuba ako bakoze emirimo yaabo and they are not here. Itwe tujyaha kuba mitwe turate tukikirizana munanka taruhu but she or he has been performing. Twakugamba nawe yana ikiriza takatwara agent.
That one is okay.
As long as you are here, you have agreed.
That one is okay.
And has been performing.
Yes.
And has been seen being a good performer.
Yes.
Members, mbeni mwachitensa ndabanye na chireta. We are at motion.
I think, Mr. Chairman, to guide the House, that should only be done if someone is absent or is
With
abroad.
an apology.
I think I've given you apologies of those who are not here.
Yes.
But I think your point, yataka wile. Njawa nokuchiletera muna chezo.
Why?
You have an absent
With
and an
apology.
apology.
Yes, ati yaina project kana waka akakonsent yengu na ichiriza icharagan o meeting age.
But I think it's not chance to take a vote in the case
Musa ichia nagamba.
I have a small statement. I have a small statement.
Statement.
Me, I'm very this person that is very open. I want us to come out with a committee that is on ground, that will show up when there is a need. But not just that you're present today. You know, even we have people that are present today, but they will miraculously disappear and appear when they are handing over. So let us on that. Thank you.
Kokashi nangwa ekibuzo kyo kirungu ekibuzo kyo kirungu katuje mu twamuvotinga taruho nebu yabahira apology. How is that person going to swear in? Nachicho kiriya
swear in
nantuza kukayo tuza kureba naba twenda kureta batari aha tumanye CCR
onka mwatekaho restrictions nyinshi yanebera byinshi teka no kuchira because no muratora no ryaha hati
now so
you are not very sure yana aza attending the next meeting
kambaze mbahe mbizusi aba apologies and you even see their potential and the contributions towards this. One was Dozita Chasimire, another one was Sandra. Those ones are absent with apologies and they have already subscribed as members. And the third one is Enoka. Enoka has not yet subscribed has not yet registered as a member. So, and is not even here. Those and then the other one, Sports Noha. Nyans Faiso has not registered and is not here.
For me, I just want us to be very okay with this. We are here, we've invested in a lot of time, and some people have invested in a lot of their money just to do something very serious. We are doing something very, very serious, and we are supposed to follow the constitution because we are the ones who made it. If you really feel like if you're not favored in one way or the other, and you think that can cause you not to appear the next time, then that means you're not a serious person. We really need something that is moving, and it is supposed to be done the harder way, honestly. So, nyona nishaba omuntu arukura ngo baba tamufavorinjire in one way or the other, or baba takozire ki, or baba constitution yajo kuyampushinga aside ngo amateka gaba mingi. Can we
have chair conclude on that one and we go for the next item?
When I'm talking about this issue, we are going to hand over today, not so. How are you going to hand over an empty seat?
When you have voted for the empty seat.
You get it? Me, I suggest actually let us rule now. If we get there, because we haven't reached there on those posts of, if there is a name you put forward, make sure that member is present in this meeting. That one, we shall have full responsibility on that member. We shall give you an office, you swear in, then whichever some office yawe, responsibility.
Who is the constitution?
Yes. We move on. The next item on the agenda is official launching of the constitution. Now, we sent the committee, the interim committee, to go edit this constitution as we wanted, as the meeting wanted, on top of what was designed by our lawyers, if I have to mention that one. And so this is the constitution that the constitution makers and the general meeting, which started on 2nd April, came up with. And therefore, I kindly ask through the chair that we present this constitution to you, and we receive it. If we accept it today, we sign it, and that is launching it.
When I was on the final part of it, we are supposed to be having the attendance list.
Yes.
I think we shall attach it there, like mine, yes. We shall attach it there, and then
Attach the one of today or the one that came up with this?
can we attach the one of today that has passed it?
Roya. We attach the one of launching it or the one that
The one launching it.
the one of today? Okay. So please make sure you appear on that list of the pioneers of this constitution.
So there are many lists.
There are 2 lists.
What is the other attendance
We
list?
can use one so that we can have numbers from.
Hope everyone has registered.
If we have a copy, we can start up with a new copy where we can
It's okay,
have
it's okay.
Registered.
So what we are going to do, we are going to merge these 2 lists. Not so.
Yes.
This one, we fill it down here. We get one list that is going to accompany the constitution. Not so. So we are going to use this list specifically. Those who have registered here, we shall read your signatures again. Not so. So let's copy your names down here, and then you help us sign. Is it okay?
No,
Let them
they have
check.
to write with their own
Let them check.
handwriting.
If your name is not there, then you put your name there,
okay.
you sign.
Okay, but they shouldn't write on both.
Just put one.
Blink. First bring them back. Give me a red pen.
So the constitution. I hope you have copies there.
The list we are going to write on is the list that has number 1 as Chair Alinda. That has number 1 as Alinda. So if you are not on this list, please write there.
I was suggesting we write on both. As one
Yeah,
goes into the
because we
constitution,
even
we keep one for the record.
Want we photocopy?
Let's use one.
You can deal with one first. Then we
Because they will not
shall
be on the
decide.
same number.
You can even copy the names.
Someone is calling me on each one. This is WhatsApp. Taking numbers now.
So can we approve the constitution?
Now this is going to. We have moved a motion as you requested us to do. Now we have brought this constitution to you. It is you now to receive the constitution, accept it, and we confirm it.
Yes, Robert.
Maybe before we run to the constitution, if it is in the interest of all members, can we maybe look at a few things, just without maybe concerning our finances, our opening the account, who are the key signatories, just a few things.
I already see where you're heading. I already see your
Not
question.
reading the whole book.
You know, actually, by today, I would expect everyone to have read and heard the concerns in the Constitution as we sent it online before the meeting. And therefore, since we did not do that one, I see Robert, maybe Robert is not always having that time to read through what we post on the media. I don't know. But the constitutions are before us, and this is what the general meeting, which had a number of 40 members, agreed on. If we go back to the constitution now, that means we are ready to make adjustments in it.
Let me help Robert. Mr. Robert, help us identify the key areas you want us to discuss.
Concerns, please.
Yeah, concerns.
Areas.
You want us to...
Chairman, actually, this is not about me.
Yes.
I raised this for us to just
Yes,
look at it
yes.
and we see how it can be
yeah.
benefit to us as a member.
Help us.
Just there are key things. Can we look at our finances?
Finances.
Article what?
Finances.
Because Article 8 talks about membership. It which is we can contribute 20. It's a 20 yokureba niyo mwaka.
Then every year we shall be subscribing 10,000.
10,000. So you mean 20?
But for today we are only doing 20,000. That is
that checking Article 8. It talks about membership of 20k. That's what which is here. What's it? Then Article 9 talks about subscription. You get it? So in a year, a full member nokuba noba be full member nokushashwire emitwaro 3 ya membership then omutwaro gumwe wa subscription ate ezo sente ntija kuzibika nkareka ezo sente ntija kuzibika mu article
Chairman, you are tackling something very important.
Every year, we shall be paying 10,000. That will be, you're renewing your membership every year. That is subscription. And on 20,000, we are paying it only today. That one who will join next year will pay 30,000. Will pay. Actually, this was for maybe for the start. We are paying 20,000, but someone who is joining next year is paying 30,000. 20,000 for registration and 1,000 and 10,000 for subscription. But for us today, we are paying only 20,000.
What he's trying to mean is able to have change.
Where is the money going after receiving?
How will the money be kept? Who is responsible to go to the bank to pick the money? And who are supposed to sign in case we need to get the money out?
I think that is where I was going. That's it. Because me, I thought Omutokwa one was it is 10-10, which wasn't. So Kopugenda, tuinone ndicho contribution yashinje nkumisha tu. Nazo zikwija kweyonzera sente zo. Nkezo sente nza kwani zirga hari student, hari Nyakayojo. Which means yes, the committee, we shall give this committee the responsibility to follow up and find out how many students at Nyakayojo, how many are they, then the commission are contributing, and so in the next meeting I shall call about to unfold that report. And that will be the treasurer. Yeah, that will be the treasurer. That's the role of the treasurer. So
then the one he's interested in now is Article 30, funds of the association.
Because funds of the association is the subscription and membership before anything else. Are we together there?
It is page 15. Funds of the association, Article 30. The funds of the association shall consist of membership fee and annual subscription of subscriptions of members, donations and grants, contributions from students of the school, investment income. Those are the sources of the money. All funds of the association shall be deposited on the association's account kept in a bank designated by the committee. We told you why we don't have the committee now. It's because we didn't have the signed constitution. And now that we have the signed constitution, the next move after here is to open the account, and we save all this money that we have collected and we are collecting. The signatories of the account shall be the chairperson, the treasurer, and the secretary. All checks, drafts, orders, and other like instruments shall be signed by the treasurer jointly with the chairperson or the secretary. That means the treasurer will be the principal signatory in this. Can either sign it with the chairperson or the secretary. The committee may pay out the funds of the association as any sums of money that may be required to defray expenditure incurred by the association in the discharge of the objects and functions. They are not paying these members here on the committee. They shall be paying the works they will be doing. Maybe they are refunding their transport, or they are buying refreshments like this if they have a meeting. Financial reporting.
Are we clear, Robert, there?
Should I want me to proceed to Article 31 and 32?
Stops there. Yes, sir.
Never actually, because this constitution was adopted today, we have operation. Mansa, imirimo ya chairman nibe atandika secretary yora nibe atandika. Mugani oni mbuza, mbuza cooperate yanga.
It provides it. It provides it. I don't know on which article that is.
Banzo reke banzo mbere chiko cooperating it means no in office. oriye nofuna in office ko in office ora in office chikumanyisa buri oji oban ogunde obi witi akufuna challenge yona nana my office eko zechi and echo chimwe chikabiri mu constitution because constitution wanu ujikora the first injira kabira horo ya leba ino kuba no yirika head office nofuna leave alone that igihe kokoza kugira ngo twapaisha twatandika gukora security kuba ntimaite kumushanga chairman tumaite kumushanga nyoni leba ebukutura mene kubisasi oba tubasa gukora kugira ngo ukanje 70 office deka maze to discuss it go think the budget yawe byone byanuza kubireta then we discuss it office session is whatever byone bibine kwa biro wano twanjure kintu tukambangu nawe operation watandika obutu watandika office zitu zijya rent ni shabechi bills ni shabechi rono chenga kugira ngo nyenshikana na ndonda Mr Dickens kunyo tuworya office nje nduni za kushangai kukati kumasikaza kwa meeting imbasa kujya nshango mu kanyansi then there is challenge jini taka mari the constitution na ni kusaba clarification.
Thank you very much. Maybe before I receive the hands, let me first have this one. When you read Article 4, says the headquarters of the association, which is the headquarters of the association shall be deemed to be Nyakayojo Secondary School. That means in there, as all the students, we have a right to have an office at that school. Two, we now, if we said that we pay a clerk now to be in that operational office to be open every day, to be honest, we cannot manage that one.
Ariacho nkankushanya njere. Kozi na nachirebe. Walono jango offices ziri Nyakayojo omwishemi. Walono kona? I don't think kugira ngo Nyakayojo neza facilitating buri kimwe cyubona.
What Nyakayojo may give is a room.
Aha. Then hati nena ni kuzani kugambira office function whatever. Walono chenga ibe kuwa ni office. Kanji natu watu nakushini. Tuza kutambara kwa ngora.
Let me answer him. You see, there are so many things that are supposed to be put here in the constitution. But there are some things that this committee will sit and decide for us and we follow. Not so. I think a committee the Kajang has a greater result which stay come constitution. So our head offices is in Nyakayojo. However much we do this and that, we are reporting where that is where our office should be. So back here is a room, and it is upon the chairperson, the treasurer, and the secretary to use our money for specifically
have that office
to
have our office fully operational.
Then in addition on that,
yes,
between got to general batisha or editor ariari committee imre muza performing today koze byona byali kurwa byona coordination yona ni kubani itambura ayishenge.
Yes,
maybe mwashara kujara ngo reka tukore office witu then we run inkitwe nk'abantu we can just do it as Nyakayojo or president whatever then tuperechi onke byona byambirwani respecting ni kwani bitambura yishemero.
Yes, you see the gender article 9. If us go to article 9,
article tinka change na tejesha mchuchira ni makuja maybe inko kutoa kwinejo meeting abantu abasaport representative ariko kwa Nyakayojo as a teacher or the teacher then
you see this is what I was going to tell you. Article 20, the executive committee on page 9, who should be on the executive committee, you see. But maybe in my communication we are supposed to have this meeting at school.
Right, that's what
you get it. But it has not been easy for us to get in touch with the school administration. I don't know why. That is why we are here. So I have to know we are having a good environment for us to discuss. Not so. Maybe next time, the next executive committee that is coming, I beg you please, let's have fully operational of our activities in school. Maybe we decide on having such places for our outings in the constitution and Nishigamba, for our dinners and the rest. But we were supposed to have this meeting specifically in Nyakayojo Secondary School, but fundamental challenges, that is why we are here. Can challenge those as takwasa kuzibira meeting kumizamu, but watu nikushara mukole but kwa kuna meeting
on that. As challenge what azingambire.
Let me add on his voice. In the previous meeting, meanwhile, I don't know Sankara how we may do that one.
We are following people. There are people commenting and they are complaining that we are only discussing our own things. So we should also consider them and
know what they are
comments
commenting.
there.
We shall reach time and we ask you for the comments. Maybe since you are on the computer, you can read them to us because we can't read
I think for now, because they are also following, they're talking about the launch of the constitution. So I was requesting that let us first read their views about the constitution.
Maybe to guide us.
Let me first come. Let me first come.
Guidance, please accept guidance.
Okay.
Sankara is our technical person. And I request that we have one person who is following. For him, he can remain on the technical part of it. Those of us who are online can follow and see what is going on. And maybe read as he handles the technical part.
Still okay.
We would be at school, but we have tried. And when we asked you on the WhatsApp forum, you are the very people who said that this time round, let's meet outside the school. Not so. If we may be genuine, and here we are. But now, if we are to follow the constitution and work directly as the constitution says, right now we would be at Nyakayojo Secondary School.
So what is the reason as to why we are not at Nyakayojo?
That's what we want. You can just explain to us.
No.
Let
me help you here. The issues zituletire tutaza Nyakayojo na nishawangu zisigaze confidential. Not be published here.
You know we are online.
Because we tried as much as possible to have this meeting where at school. And you bear witnesses of my name. We tried by all means. That is why we put it to a group, a forum, and we decided for us to be here. Kana ni bashawangu, this committee that is coming, please make sure just stopping in a previous committee. Not so. I thank you very much. So can you have another issue?
Maybe Nisa can come first.
Maybe my request would be, after this is done, the old committee should come in touch with the new committee, such that next time we avoid that challenge, because you might find that these people that are coming in, it is also hard for them to have such a meeting at school. So it would be good if the two sit together and try to look for the solutions of that problem. Thank you.
Maybe if we may have what other people are viewing from outside. Someone has given a comment that don't allow us to vote. If we are to vote, we should be present. No, I can't read all. For example, someone is saying, "Wewe Rabba, and I don't know what is going on. Even I can't read everything. I read what is concerned to the meeting." According to what is online, I think there is someone was saying they should be having someone to attend to us since we are also live. At least Sankara should read those comments.
You for Gideon's comment.
Gideon was saying they should have someone to attend to us since we are live. You should consider us also when you are launching, since we are also present online. Yes, we are launching you, those who are watching from online, and that's why we have to also attend to you. But the members who have been attending and who were there since day one. How about you include few members? But we are not allowed to vote because we are not on ground. That is the main thing they are talking about. If they bring anything that is concerned to the constitution, we shall also see it and we shall read it. We talked about this in WhatsApp forum and we agreed to have the meeting outside the school. Let that one not take our time. This one has
Robert,
answered to the question of why we are not at school.
Thank you so much. We go to page 12 on the Article 24. My concern is on
page 12?
Yes, page 12.
Powers and functions.
Powers and functions, specifically to the chairperson. One said, chairperson, if you read all of them, my concern is how academy read, preside over general and committee meetings of the association, have a casting vote in any of the meetings of the association, be responsible for calling the association meetings, implement the resolutions of the association, be the signatory to all financial transactions of the association. So my concern is the leadership of this association, how it takes impact in the affairs of the school, how we get represented in the affairs that manage the institution. We have the chairperson represent us on board.
Actually,
as OBs and OGs, how do we come in?
You go back to Article 20. Article 20 says there shall be an executive committee of the association which shall consist of chairperson, vice, general secretary, treasurer, publicity secretary, 4 committee members, ex-officials, 1 head teacher. Ex-officials, there will be a teacher, BOG representative, and representative on PTA.
Yes.
You get it? So I think Article 23, was it Article 23? 24. The representative from to the school will come from this, from Article 20.
So it's the committee that sits and
it is
selects
the committee that
the
sits
person who is supposed to
and
represent them.
Probably the chairperson shall be representing us on the board. Yes. Because it is giving us provisions of 3 ex-officials. Add upon the whole executive committee, so that committee will sit and select the representative to the board.
So it shall be upon the executive
committee to select. So, do we have any other thing that we are supposed to tackle, or we approve the constitution? You want to move a motion? I want a motion now. I want a motion, Rogers, our principal judge. I want a motion for us to approve the constitution.
Done.
Moving the motion.
Yes, done.
I think twitwikirizana na constitution. I therefore move a motion to welcome it.
The motion is on the table. Can we?
Second.
Okay. So, I want to thank you so much for this great work. Mr. Dan moved the motion for us to approve the constitution, and Mr. Laban seconded it. And at this moment, I would love to invite Mr. Rogers and the other committee members to come here in front. We approve the constitution, we sign it, and it starts its functions. So
So you want how many people?
We want Rogers and the interim committee. Yes, has been working.
Maybe as they come, Sankara help us and have Maureen's number. That is on mobile money. Put it there because someone is asking. Some of us. Someone said some of us are not on WhatsApp group. How can we join? Rogers, make sure those people join the WhatsApp group. Another one said, can someone copy a WhatsApp link here?
Rogers. I want to hear.
Teenage Charlotte talk about account number where we can put the membership fee for us in diaspora. That's where we need our treasurer's number since we have not yet the account number. Put Maureen's account number, mobile money number. That is the one they should use to deposit the 20,000 for registration.
Maureen, are you on WhatsApp?
Yes.
What we have done, we have this is Maureen's our treasurer. This is her number. Probably you can post it. Then they use it.
Meanwhile, those who are diaspora use more. That name must be bling Maureen as the one receiving that money alone. Okay.
Rogers, please. Tuwaza kubashwekera because akusigninga the chairperson and the secretary are the only people to sign it. So what was this man did? Let me read for you the declaration. We, the we, the undersigned, bring ad hoc chairperson and the secretary of the Constituent Assembly of the association held on 25th of June 2022 at 25 minutes past 3 p.m. do hereby declare that this constitution was approved to be the constitution of Nyakayojo Secondary School Students Association by the said Constituent Assembly. Chakurwa mukama.
Bana kesho mukatoera
ndachizo. Katoera ndachizo.
Next item.
Tinomjun Aran is saying, thanks members, this has not been a bad starting, keep it up, and we shall be behind you, okay? Thank you Aran, you're with us in diaspora. And next on the agenda is now registration of the members. Now this is treasurer's responsibility to yes.
Still, there are members that are like, I don't know. You know, so far you tell us the number of people have
registered. Meanwhile, as the treasurer is to give us the number of people who are now real members of the association, we have those who have just come in and we found us here launching the constitution, and now we are going to implement what the constitution is saying. Would you please introduce yourselves to us, then we proceed.
I'm a finalist. I'm here. Hallelujah. Yeah. It was 2012. 2012.
Essa foda
you're most welcome, and thank you very much for being with us all through. Now, someone was asking Airtel number of Maureen. Some I think want to use Airtel. People are going to register and we are going to become members. Don't worry. We may start when we are 100, but we shall end up in 1,000. So far, those who have registered and they are members of the association, they are only 19. And we say, I think that's a step by the way. And thank you very much. And we said that each member, to be known as the member of the association, real member, you must have registered for it. For the start, it is only 20,000. And every year we shall be subscribing with 10,000. So those who are here and have not yet registered, please register with us with 20,000, and we consider you as members, so that when we reach at voting and being voted for, you'll be considered. Because the constitution says you must be a member to vote and to be voted for. So, out of those 19 members, we are now going to get. Should we continue and choose 3 as constitution is saying? Choose 3 to sit on the committee of the election. The role of this committee is to spearhead elections, and after we have elected members, this committee will cease. That's its only responsibility. But these members, the constitution says, these members who will be on that committee are the members who have no interest in becoming the leaders. So I would want us to nominate names, maybe of those whom we trust and they can take our elections very well. I don't know whether, according to the number that we have here, according to the 19 people that are here, should we take 3 as the constitution says, or we choose 1 person to take up that one?
we choose 2. Yes, we take.
Or when we choose 2, it cannot work. When we choose 2, it can't work. It has to be an odd number, either 1 or 3 or 5. And the constitution was saying 3, because in case there is a disagreement between there, 2 people will still balance. But when there are 3, 2 people may go this side and 1 person may go that side. And when it is only 1 person, at least that person may choose, like, this is the person, because we would have chosen the person that we trust who can do that work. Yes. Like come sensitive matters now.
So na aje naitwa zao niyo kulonda kachiko akuza futeza karungu akachiko nzakaronda akakora umurimo gwa kwizoberi kandi ubwera karamura umurimo gwako ngako bakatashira umuntu arabari akachiko ako batine interest yo kwesimba next.
Actually, even if they nominate you and you have an interest to be on the committee, please withdraw your name. There is a hand. Dan first, then Sankar.
byabakama for short minute nabasa kuchikorera kugira ngo many injira ndoro jazi atunaenda kwesimba kadiro. If you are there and you are willing, you can raise your hand and we see you.
Sankara, maybe?
Also, to save time, we have the interim chairman declare that he is not going to contest. I suggest we save time, he does that for us.
Then we hear from him.
From what I was suggesting, don't we have some members here who are not qualifying to vote by mere thing of qualification? Just but we have hali yetu kuja mtu inaba abatari members.
Arinda has withdrawn from becoming chairperson now, and so he's taking up the position of the electoral committee chairperson.
He needs like more to work.
Exactly.
So what HP was saying, former HP was saying,
Yes.
to get people who have not paid subscription,
Yes,
to be part of the team as we conduct elections.
that is so easy. Mr. Prayer, you have come late. Mr. Prayer, you have come late, and according to my list, you have not registered, and your colleague.
But they want to
But the question I'm putting forward to you, registration is 20, annual registration. So you have 20 and you're willing to register, and if you're not ready, then popota register injire tokutera karuru kandi tokutera karuru tokwesimba kandi tokutera karuru not so. Aha, so ate chinanisha akuja munyona ehireyo nanisha bamu nkubwita committee yanje timba mchezo wabona agamba shi that one. Are you going to register today?
And this one.
I haven't known much about the associations. Okay. So I'll use
I want to know.
But you haven't registered. Oh, okay. Okay, let's use Breyer and Crichton.
Chairman,
yes.
What I was suggesting is only one. Guess Miss one, dear, we need that move as a person. I'll go for it. People are going to help with drawing.
So let's first make that committee. I'm sure the lunch is ready as well.
After having that committee, we shall eat as maybe we can be and then come back voting.
Amembata bakichirizina nechari ndakodo.
Ali nani kumaza kutizana.
Bakichirizina necha.
Wait.
Nza utweze shugarisha tabu gachino rekora.
Akachika ko wait. The constitution says there must be 9 members, and I would rather serve in the next 4 members that we are going to select, but not as a chair.
Which meaning so keep aside.
Okay, Crichton twakuhereza bwa Kigundu. Yes. Now Crichton work with that lady and the Breyer.
So is it the next item we are going?
Yes.
Yes.
So that means that you get out of the seat now?
Exactly. So what we are going to do is you to gambera the process we are going to use, as our constitution says. Is do you want us to vote by separate ballots or by show of arms?
Crichton is the chairman.
So get a piece of paper and take us through. Yes.
There is a comment here from Gombia George saying this is good and congratulations to Nyakayojo Obis and Ogis upon having the first constitution of the association's well done committee. They are saying they are joining us for lunch. I don't know how.
Meanwhile, but
Rogers, is food set?
Food is set.
Food is set.
As we,
So
we are
I
done
was suggesting, because they are having a very huge task. I was suggesting we have lunch now. But anyway, we can start then the process of voting.
And maybe for this behind the welfare, eat as much food as you can, because we had prepared for many and we are not. Some have attended online and they have eaten from restaurants, so eat as much food as you can.
Meanwhile, as we're going for lunch, you know the positions that are vacant.
Yes.
So that one of Naranchi. Itakunywa soda ya white.
Yes.
The chairperson, the vice chairperson, the general secretary, treasurer, public secretary, publicity secretary, 4 committee members. I hope the ex-officials are. So, Crichton, you have 9 positions. Position number 1 is chairperson. For that constitution, yes? Right, are we together?
Yeah.
Position number 1 is chairperson. Position number 2 is vice chairperson. It's on page 9, article 20. Position number 3 is general secretary. Position number 4 is treasurer. Position number 5 is publicity secretary. And then 4 committee members that we shall select also to add on the above 5 to be 9. So at this moment, agenda kushaba mwami Rabano Teshara, we go for lunch. Shari Emeri, yes.
Okay. But we need to sub ourselves and pray in whichever language. Father, our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity. We thank you for the lives that you've given us, and we thank you for everything that you've taken us through. We give you glory and honor. We say that you're great, greater than greatest, and there's nobody we can compare you with. Lord, that you have given us life, you know that we have to eat, and you've given us the food as well. Thank you very much. We pray that you bless the food that we're going to eat. You be the one to fill it with all your blessings, cover it with your blood. Let it be of great use in our spiritual lives and in our physical lives. I pray that it will be much important in building our mental stairs, and I really pray that you be the one to be amidst us as we eat. I pray all this in your name, Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
How long will the lunch take?
Probably 30 minutes.
Ababana bakari in this one.
But I would suggest that whoever gets food, yes, whoever gets food, so that we can eat as we are moving forward. Not so? Can it work for us, Mr. Sankara?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let's have that shift for 30 or 15 minutes.
Yes, thank you very much. We are still watching us live on TV. We are coming to you live from Star Gardens here in Barara. And yes, just like you see, whatever you are able to read, It's actually Nyakayojo students. We're talking about Nyakayojo Secondary School old students who are meeting up, for some elective engagement. We thank you. You has been following from the very, very first time up to where we are. We should be able to have just a small kind of lunch break. When we come back, of course, we continue with the voting. You saw them very, very collaborative, very enthusiastic with the school. For a school that actually was founded in 1984 and is actually a boys and girls secondary school here in Mbarara. It is only located approximately 6 miles, or we are talking about around 9.7 kilometers off Mbarara Kavare Road. That's where you're going to be actually finding this very school. Founded in the reign of Apollo Milton Obote, we're talking about 1984. It is actually under the Church of Uganda, and it was actually the plans of starting it were led by Canon Yefes Bikaku. You need to perhaps put that name in Google, and you should be able to find out very many details about the school. It was actually established as an ordinary senior secondary school and remained very small for some years until the coming of late Kakulu Ephraim, who was actually a cadre, and he was actually popularly known to students. We're talking about the year of 1989, where he actually added many strategies, recruited more teachers, and constructed more classrooms and students' dormitories. We are talking about Nyakayojo Secondary School. And now in 2001, the advanced level was actually introduced. We are talking about A level for the senior 5 and senior 6 was introduced, specializing mainly in arts and mathematics. And by 2005, when Kakulu Ephraim actually retired from teaching service, the school had up to 500 students. We are talking about 2005. And yes, people must have actually enjoyed the school around those days. Now, Tweheyo James, who was previously the chairman of the Uganda National Teachers Union, UNATU, since 2015, he held actually the office of the head teacher of Nyakayojo Secondary School from then. And under him, the school actually developed strategically in structures, students, we're talking about the sports. You must actually be remembering Nyakayojo Secondary School for sports, especially in his time. We are talking about Ndugu Tweheyo James at the time. And you have also to be, get informed that in 2006, when the school actually took the Mbarara District Copa Coca-Cola Schools football trophy for the very first time, and it won this trophy again in 2009, representing Mbarara District at the national level. That was under the reign of Comrade Tweheyo James. I'm telling you, that is actually Nyakayojo Secondary School. You who knew it back in the days, we're talking about 2009, know actually exactly what we're talking about. And most especially those that we have around today that are launching this constitution, and I would say comfortably, authoritatively, that the constitution is being launched for the very first time. And most of these guys actually are the people that were in the very brain. Now, by 2009, the school was at its peak with over 1,400 students, being one of the most popular school in Western Uganda. We're talking about a year 2009. And in case you just joined, that is Nyakayojo Secondary School. Now in 2010, Madame Angela Kabarunji took over as the interim head teacher, and later in October the same year, Kakondo Simeon took over as the head teacher. That was a very popular guy, by the way, around my time at the school. However, the recent years have not been good for the school, marked in various strikes, a few of them, of course, and then with a little, kind of reduced reputation. But yes, we are actually trying to rebuild. Yes, the number of students drastically, kind of reduced to around 490. We're talking about in 2014 there, but at least we are trying to rebuild. And actually, just a year later, students' enrollment could actually again, rise to 800 students. Now, you need to actually know that the school is kind of famous because of sports in the whole of Western region, and the school is actually known for good performance when it comes to sports, well, at least in the previous days. And you know, in case you don't actually hear it these days, these are some of the reasons why such meetings, of course, have to actually take place. Now it has a female mathematician teacher. We're talking about Fulgencia Kamgisha Mbabazi, who was actually from Nyakayojo around 1990 to 1993. Very, very popular there, a mathematician, doctor that we actually, you know, get to be proud of. Now, the doctor we're talking about currently actually works at the Department of Mathematics, Faculty of Science and Education, Bustitem University. Then also, of course, to have also a few notable alumnus. We are talking about Ivan Koreta, who is actually a military officer in the Uganda People's Defense Forces, was actually at Nyakayojo Secondary School, of course with quite a number of them others that we should be able to actually get for you, and that is the school that you actually wish to, you know, all your siblings to consider joining Nyakayojo Secondary School. Now, to run a few, through a few, you know, of your comments, you've been very, very good, you know, to follow this very, very live. Atune Charlotte, you are the very first person, you know, to comment about this, saying wow, but also Atalema Peterson saying wow, thank you very much, UTV. And yes, we actually continue to give you that. Faizo Matuvu saying this is interesting, but also Innocent Kalisa who says well done guys, wish you all the best, start small but start. Yeah, that is a very good one actually for you guys who are following live. Thanks, interesting. Faizo again, and Mitch, if you hear, well, okay, very nice for the school that was commissioned in 1984. Of course, to believe there are so many people out there that actually went through the school. Gideon Atamba watching online, thank you very much. Mutambi Patrick, thank you. Nuwaijuka Eliab, Atine Charlotte. Laban Bilakwate saying Mutambi should contest and you would actually vote him. I do not know whether he's actually around. Gideon Atamba again, don't allow us. No. Okay, some of your comments, of course, a little bit kind of harsh, but yes, we have to move. Atune Charlotte, I think, and Mutambi Patrick, you took over YouTube. I do not know why. Then Martin Tindebwa saying he was actually following. Kabandize Sandra also following. How about those who want? No, please. That was actually already, you know, talked about. We are talking about, yes, Mutambi again. Several comments from Mutambi and Charlotte. Yes, thank you very much. And oh yes, Tunomjun Alan, thanking Dickens over there. Tunomjun Alan again. Several of your comments, quite a number of them, and Gideon over there. Oh my, several comments. Thank you guys for following. Faizo Matojo, my classmates, senior 120. We need to find we need to find whether the actual guys that were here in 2010. Gumbia George, Bitarinda, when did the word secretary change? Okay, secretary. Okay, yeah, that of course goes for a few more. You know, depends where you went actually for school to be able to get the pronunciation very, very well. To re-echo again why Nyakayojo is actually formed, you need to get to Nyakayojo division near Rotimbarara, and then southwest of the central business district. We are talking about again around 6 miles away, no, actually 9.7 kilometers from the Mbarara city. We are talking about that is what you may need to actually want to understand. The motto still remains toil and achieve. That was the motto and still remains, I think, I guess, for whoever actually went through the school. Now, again, to remind, of course, that it was established in 1984 in the reign of Milton Obote. That was actually 2 years before the current government actually took power, is when the school was started. The current head teacher is called Tumwebaze Godfrey, and the number of students are around 800 plus. We need to confirm that though. Yes, and very well known for sports and also good performance, very many. And when we talk about sports, actually it's not only limited to soccer. We are talking about netball, football. You can never skip the name Nyaks Empire, especially the times of schools like Ngabo Academy. I think that was our time. Nyakayojo Secondary School over there, located on Wenkoma Hill in Nyakayojo Division, Ruti Mbarara Trading Center in southwest of the central business district of Mbarara. We are talking about a few legends, of course, for the school include those that actually started this. Canon Yafes Bikaku remains the biggest name. It is attributed to the gentleman that was actually alive at the time in 1984. It is actually believed that it was the plan, led by himself. And we're talking about Canon Yafes Bikaku. Of course, as earlier informed, it is actually on the Church of Uganda kind of base. Not surprised, of course, that the person that laid the plan was a Canon. You need to understand that, of course, also a few individuals that we believe could get the success story of Nyakayojo Secondary School attributed to them is also the late Kakulu Ephraim, who was actually a cadre and popularly actually known to students at the time, of course. In case you're to install any monument at the school, you actually have to go for Yafes Bikaku and also Kakulu Ephraim as statues. Perhaps in case you thought you needed to put them there. And to remind you that in 1989, many strategies were added, recruited by the same head teacher. We're talking about late Kakulu Ephraim, and more classes at the time were actually introduced. Also to remind you that in 2001 is when A level was started. We're talking about HSC, we're talking about Senior 6, Senior 5, and that is when it was actually started. Whoever you see, whatever you see on the screen, actually, those are former students just enjoying some lunch. And like I told you, immediately after lunch, we should be able to come back immediately after that. Of course, to tell you that Nyakayojo Secondary School, of course, still lives, and as these initiatives are actually getting launched, when you see a constitution getting launched, then we are actually only nearing the sustainability of making sure the school is actually going. For those of you who are following us live, perhaps you could actually drop a comment. What do you remember about Nyakayojo Secondary School? Do you have memories that you can actually put across? What do you hear about Nyakayojo Secondary School out there? Especially memories, please. In case you have a few memories, you could actually bring them around. The nicknames we used to give to teachers, oh my, several of them, of course. I'm telling you, not forgetting, of course, a Chikoko. I think I remember that. One would wonder why they actually named such a person, such a name. But I told you about a few dignitaries that we have across the country that were through the school. One of them being Ivan Koleta, who is actually a very senior military officer at the rank, I think, at the general. I don't want to get issues with that, but at least Ivan Koleta, that you know of, the one you actually watch on TV, was at Nyakayojo Secondary School. But also the former chairman of Unatu Treheyo James was actually the head teacher of this school, and the school actually was popularly known in his reign, and the school got to its peak with over 1,400 students, one of the most popular kind of numbers that one would actually get from a school in Mbarara. I'm telling you. Later, Kakondo Simeon, I think, was the last head teacher before the current. Kakondo Simeon, kind of popular phrases from him. In case you are there in his reign, you could actually drop a few lines that you remember. Yes, we should be able to get, and very happy that you are following. What memories did you live at Nyakayojo? You could share with us, you who is watching us live. And you who was actually not at Nyakayojo, what could you have heard about the school? If I could be able to read the current, comments, Twile Charlotte again, thanking, and yes, Joshua Mbabazi also said thank you ETV for this platform. Thanks, Sankara. I would like to know how the association would help me as an individual. I should be able to, I think, call in the interim committee to guide you on that. Or actually, the newly elected members will be interviewed here. Such a question goes to them. Gombia George, how the association would actually help me as an individual. Very, very pretty question and very important over there. Mutambi Patrick, thank you very much. You're thanking Sayuni. I don't know whether Sayuni is actually in attendance today, but yes, Mutambi Patrick just sent you a shout out, and Twile Charlotte again, thank you for the update. Nice lunch to you all. What I like at the school is it has many professionals, and oh my God, we are really lucky. Thank you, Atwine. Very, very impressive comment there. Though I have left, I am with you online. That is Nyachikongolo Ruth is actually watching us. She's been around, and that is some good, very, very good spirit. Madame Kabarunji Angela, the best headmistress that Nyakayojo has ever had. That is Valeria Francis. I would tell you, maybe Tweheyo James. I will go for Tweheyo James at least. This is a failed. No. Valeria Francis, you get to know that this is not a failed reunion, because actually this is the very first time that we are getting a constitution launched. Previously, yes, you could actually have had to arrange a few reunions at the school, but it was actually unofficial, illegal. I don't know. So this is the very first time we are trying to register and get formal and move. Mutambi Patrick, you say Madame Kabarunji was actually nicknamed Chipolice, yes? Very, very impressive memory over there. Yes, Madame Kabarunji Angela, yes. Nicknamed Chipolice, and Maureen says Ninza Kusibura. That is, she has more traits of teachers anyway. One would actually not doubt that. That she can actually do that. But you who is actually watching, Twile Sharon, say you like Tweheyo's regime. Most people, of course, are going to go for that because we've not hit the numbers he raised again. And yes, one would actually give it up for him. Now, you who is watching us, you just have to keep around for a few seconds. I believe we should be able to come back shortly. Don't, get scared about the scrolling kind of or buffering kind of set. That is only meaning that we have put a pause on this stream, and we should be able to resume immediately after lunch. And thank you very much for following. You are actually watching the ETV empowering you. Don't mind about the buffering thing now.
I'm doing something for that later.
Then Joy Kumband.
Yeah, that's it.
Joy Kumband.
This is one who's shaking. As long as it's shaking, it won't tell.
Order in the house.
Robert thought somebody right there. nanyera kuanza kufuna my 2 attendance lists.
Christmas music.
My lists. Muka sign in there? Then those who haven't registered, registration is for 20K. You did? Okay. So, they don't not register, but you have attendance list. Musa, help me request a list. So now, you know we have agreed that if you have not registered, you will not vote. If you have not subscribed, you will not vote. So we are going to use separate ballot. I don't know if the chairperson, our chairperson EC today is ready with the box. Probably Dickens, you can get a result in box.
Mr. Chairman, a comment.
Yes.
We are using separate ballots, but we don't know people that are.
This is why I'm good. What I'm going to do.
On the posts. So how are they more organized?
This is what we are going to do.
And us getting informed.
This is what we are going to do. As Dickens is getting that box, a total of we expect a total of 22 voters. But I'm told among this list there are people who are online, and those ones have been excluded, I think. Not so?
Yes.
So our treasurer will read your name. Yes. You come in that box. Excellent box. You should prepare where they will tick and then put. Not so? Because this one is a separate ballot. Separate ballot. Separate ballot. No, when they read your name, you will come here, you will come here, tick, and then take your vote there. So now allow me hand over to the chairperson. So allow me now hand over to our chairperson, DC tonight, take us through.
Good afternoon, everybody. Take this opportunity to come from the lunchtime as we are heading for elections. These are our ballot papers, the sign from the EC. This posts chairperson, vice chairperson, general secretary, treasurer, and publicity. Five posts. Chairperson, vice chairperson, general secretary, treasurer, and publicity. I think after that one, we shall elect the full members of the government. But they're not included on this ballot.
Rogers, let me let me make a supplement here. The Electoral Commission will help us select 5 positions: Chairperson, Vice Secretary General, Treasurer, Publicity Secretary. Then thereafter, the other 4 committee members we shall select among us. We shall not vote. There was a hand behind. Okay. So we can go from there.
I think now we are going to get the name for contestants.
The name for chairperson. Okay. So we are looking for chairperson. I can show you haven't received names. Nominations.
Yes.
Chairperson, please.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm seconding. I want to change it now. I should nominate or second?
Nominate.
So I'm nominating Nyakayojo for my HP. He has a complicated 2018, 2006,
2003, 2009.
Nyakayojo.
Is he waiting? Consenting.
Seconded.
Yes?
Seconded.
Okay. We have contestant number 1, the names of Nyakayojo. No, we are trying to
Teamwork.
to make it quick. And he has consented and is a prayer. He's seconded.
Musa was raising the hand.
He's the very person.
He's the very person.
Oh.
Should we think Nyakayojo is unopposed?
Now, but still we shall have to vote.
Still we shall vote.
50% has to give.
50%. Okay. Okay. So we request Nyakayojo to occupy the back seat or move out.
It's separate. No problem.
Okay.
Let him say something.
Let him say something.
No any other candidate?
Say what? Say what, please?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon once again. I'm called Nyakayojo, and I really appreciate everybody of you has given me an opportunity to stand in and try our contest to be one to represent you. I really hope and promise that I'll do the very best of presentation for you guys. Wait, hey.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do the best anyway. Leaving aside the other side of mine of joking, on a serious note, I'm really looking forward to make sure that our association becomes one of the best and well-known associations in Nimbarara generally and the country, if God wishes so. So, we work together.
The second post is vice chairperson.
So, is unopposed now, yes?
Yes.
You have agreed like that.
But we will vote to raise the percent.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yes.
He has to be
50%. Let's vote.
Let's hear from the bosses. When someone is not nobody's against him, that is 100%.
He happens to vote for him.
Yes.
What does it take?
Just a
Statement. When it is normally separate ballot, they vote. If it was just we put up the hands, it would be concluded from here. But when it is a secret ballot, you never know. I nominated, but I may not.
You want to change your mind?
One of the candidates previously on the presidential candidates never voted himself. What about?
Let's vote him.
We shall vote him.
Good. So, Chairperson.
Vice Chairperson.
Now wait. We are going to vote, but the process of voting, this one will guide us. Because it has a list, or not all of us are going to vote. Read your name, you come vote.
So can we vote on this person or we first?
No,
then we vote at once.
Yes,
vote at once.
because they made a list. They made a list of all the.
So on the post of chairperson, we have Navimanya Laban. Take note of that. Because it is the same separate ballot for the all positions, I think. So vice chairperson. Yes, Musa.
Thank you. I'm nominating Aguma Alex Kazola as the vice chairperson.
Are you willing?
I'm willing just to work with you, right? And I'm happy just to meet you today. My name is Alex Kazola. I hope with togetherness and teamwork we shall achieve our mission. Thank you guys. Nimbasaba karuru mpaka rukanyu. Tubase kugarura Nyakayojo cyabire ruko.
Anyone seconding him? Yes? Seconded. Good. We have Aguma Alex. Any other name? Yes.
No, I wanted to second someone.
I
wanted to nominate someone.
Yes.
But you have forgotten the name. My name is Oblin. There.
Leah, are you willing?
I'm just seconding you. You can take
seconding
it. He's not willing.
He's not willing.
She's not willing. So we have two positions now. So, two. Yes. Two now.
Amazina.
Aguma Alex Kazola.
The name is Kazola.
The third position is General Secretary.
General Secretary. And it's Maureen.
Mumpereze ndizo chance.
Zayun.
Position. Anienda kusecond ingale.
Are you willing?
Yes.
Second name.
Just the
Yes.
Electoral college
Next post.
Treasurer.
Yes.
Niteka izina rya Morini agume atubikire sente ziko kandi naguma twatazina guma temeje
And nishawakta izina lya Maureen as treasure.
Yeah, thank you. I still consist on Maureen.
Another name, Maureen.
Hey.
Who is she?
Kabarunji Maureen.
She can stand up and we see her.
Publicity.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, thanks for reinvesting in me because I really wanted to go and also put in my brother because you have to go on this committee. After our Sanja, then you have to come in. So I have accepted because you have all said Maureen, but I really had wished to transfer these powers onto someone's hands. But thank you so much. And another thing, those that will be sending your money, please put the name in the reason box.
Airtel doesn't bring the reason.
Don't send on Airtel thing. Because I will eat it. I cannot lie to you. Money that has no reason, you don't know where it is coming from. We have different friends.
Maureen, kind of allowance when I send you money, I send you a notification.
Or maybe you call. Otherwise, your money will be misplaced. Don't blame me. I want to be transparent. So help me to be transparent. Thank you so much.
Another positive. Publicity.
Deacon is for publicity.
Deacon is for publicity.
Deacon is for publicity. Naenda kwa seconding.
Zayuni.
Agaba Deacons, yes. And we want Mugaba Deacons. One of the hands who chance to see me.
Yes, Deacon.
And I need the Rogers.
Does not qualify.
Dickens, you've not seconded him.
So I'm second.
Who is seconding Dickens?
These all reasons, by that. Without putting anything ABCD, Dickens is not supposed to compete for that seat. He has done it well, and he's doing it well, and he's an excellent man.
He's going
Thank
to
you.
do it well.
I've concluded.
He is not voting.
You're not yes, someone else can second and we move on.
Yeah.
Publicity.
You are seconding. You are seconding a voice.
I'm affirming it.
Somebody help me with attendances. Now, Maureen is going to read your name. The chairperson is supposed to give you the ballot paper. You will use this table to vote, and after you put your ballot paper in that ballot box. Let's hope the process will be as quick as possible, and let's cooperate.
Okay.
I request Maureen to stand up. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. I will begin with Mr. Karema Arosius. Karema Arosius, come and vote. Meanwhile, in Mukama Corens, be preparing yourself.
Holiness.
Maybe you're reminded that as you're voting, vote all of the positions of bosses. Okay. Okay. Hosea Tumwine, you can also come in. Hosea Tumwine. Meanwhile, Ayeba Sayun can be coming forward as well.
Sayun on terre.
Hosea, you have space here. You can easily do one name. Chairperson. Oh, tuandika rubaho. Mr. Daniel. Mubangi's Robert. Arinda reba. Don't copy each other. Stop copying.
They are all independent.
It is a secret ballot, please be reminded.
You have pens?
Mubanji's Creighton.
Aza abakozi aho bucuma umugimo mu gusigeho. Nobwere ko commission.
Mweshi nanye nzo kuratera. Kabarungi Morin. Sankara Biarhanga and Ariho Samson.
Ariho Samson. Samson.
Samson is not around.
Samson is not around.
Ruth
Nyachikongoro.
yagenda.
Sandra.
Not around.
Natulinda Musa.
Aruhayi
Manyalaban. And in the Baza Heron.
I'm sorry, tunapa.
Ndibanza Helen, ndiba
Absent.
Taremwa Starin.
Brothers, tia yetera.
Leia Katshabe Aguma Alex positions kazazilisha zikazachenge.
Aguma Alex you can use there. Use there. Chairman. Aguma Alex.
Ukawale wa online school ndo kwa kule anacheza mwaka mkiko.
Atamba Gideon online. Atamba Gideon online. Agaba Dickens and Andrew Kateva. It's also online. Yeah, bawayo.
The boxing them sebo tango kumanyi.